You meditate every day. It changes your mind. It changes your physical brain also. But it also actually changes your mind. How you move through the world changes. We've got all the science now to show it, that meditation actually changes the physical brain, the mind. There's different aspects of who we are. When we say in my past life, what does that mean? Who's the my? My arm hasn't had a past life. My legs haven't had past lives. My brain hasn't had a past life. As cells of carbon and hydrogen and nitrogen, and then sure they have. It's been around for eternity. But the minus, my brain, my arm, my leg, and this put together thing, it doesn't have a past life. So who's the my? Well, the my refers to the soul, the Jiv Atma, the individual soul that takes birth after birth after birth. In this journey to its enlightenment, its awakening, it's a working through its karmic bank account, you can say. So that which I do, which is karma. Karma means action. So that which I do has a repercussion. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's bitter. You can think about it as pluses or minuses in a bank account. But they don't cancel each other out. They exist. All your pluses, all your minuses, all your sweet fruit, all your bitter fruit. And we have to keep coming back lifetime after lifetime to work our way through that bank account. With the soul, as it travels from body to body, from life to life, also travels that which we call the sukshma sharir, or the subtle body. The components of that are what we call man, buddhi, and ahankar, meaning my mind, but not my brain itself. It's not what I know. It's the impressions upon my mind. So, for example, you meditate every day. It changes your mind. It changes your physical brain also. But it also actually changes your mind. How you move through the world changes. We've got all the science now to show it, that meditation actually changes the physical brain, the mind. So the mind, when we say man, we don't mean the facts, the figures, the skills, the abilities, the experiences, not my actual learnings, memories, but the energetic aspect upon which patterns have come. In Hindi, we speak about them as sanskaras, impressions. They're the energetic equivalent of a neural network or a neuronal pattern. Neurons exist only in the brain, but the energetic counterpart to that is sanskaras on the actual energetic mind. So that travels. It's the sadhana you do, the meditation you do, the prayers you do, the seva you do, the growth of the mind that you do, stays with you. The part of me that knows you is my brain. It's an interesting philosophical question. Where does knowing someone exist? When you know someone and you love them, it feels like you know them in the aspects of your body, in your being, in your soul, in your intuitive heart, much more than just your brain. And yet, when we develop diseases like Alzheimer's, dementia, get brain damage. People forget. After her stroke, my mom knows basically no one. And it's very interesting because we would love to believe that knowing is there. And on some level, some aspects of it are. But I would be lying to you as both a scientist and a spiritual person if I said, oh, yeah, all her knowing is there, she just can't access it. Most of it's no longer there. And all that happened is she had a severe cerebral hemorrhage. Now, this is why this is important. Because if we're talking about knowing someone from a past life and meeting them, the question is, which part of you was with them in a past life that's here now? The man buddhi and ahankar, your subtle body, was there, but that's not the place where these sorts of memories are stored. What you learned from them is still with you. So, can you meet someone from a past life? Absolutely. Will you remember them? Probably not. Now, will there be an aspect in you, a place in which the Jivatma, the soul, meets the energetic mind, meets the current physical brain? Is there a place in there in which something will happen of a vague recognition? Sure. I see no reason to think it can't. I couldn't tell you exactly scientifically where it happens, but I certainly believe that it could. In the same way that my mom, with a very damaged brain, could not tell you who I am, could not tell you my name, could not tell you whether I was her daughter or her cat or her mother. And yet, there is an energetic recognition that doesn't require physical brain knowledge, memory, information. So I do believe that there are times in which we have a recognition that seems to be in a place of us that isn't actually the brain. The brain doesn't really quite know what to do with it. But I don't think that the brain is the only part of us that knows. I think we have knowing. We certainly have knowing in the physical body. We have cellular memory. We know that. We know that we hold memories and emotions in our physical body. Start doing a yoga class and get yourself doing some twists and some hip openings and some back bends, and you're going to find yourself, if you've got any kind of emotional stuff you're working with, suddenly you're crying. Why? You don't even know. All you were doing was working on some hip openings or working on some chest openings. Why? Because the muscles hold things. So I absolutely believe that there are ways in which our energetic being could hold on to some of that memory. But it's not in the brain. And it's not going to come with a knowledge of, oh, this was this particular role. But a knowing on an energetic cellular level, not the cells of this body or that body, but a level in which you know something that is beyond the cells. I think we have that. But I think it's also important to recognize that the overwhelming vast majority of the narratives and the stories and the roles and the relationships of past births, they finish. You may carry some karma left over from a past birth into this one that connects to a particular other jivatma. That jivatma's in a new body, you're in a new body, but the jivatmas have some karmic work that still needs to get done. Absolutely. So if that ever happens to you, just acknowledge it, bow to it. See what the lesson may be in it. If this was a person from a past life, why have they come into this birth? It means there's still something to be worked out, something to be learned. Ask yourself, what is it? Every moment of our life is just a beautiful opportunity to get closer to our true self. And so if you're having an experience of being with someone you know but you don't know, rather than having your brain drive itself crazy over it, just say to yourself, okay, wonderful. So there's probably a lesson here. There's probably some karmic work to be done. Let's do it.